Aaron, are you turning into your parents?
I would like to say no. In fact, I'm going to say no. Full stop. I don't
Really?
even want
Sounds
to
like
contemplate thinking about turning into my parents.
really.
What's wrong
Yeah,
with them?
I would be happy being everything they're not.
Okay.
They seem right. Like,
Yeah, of course they do, but they're boring as fuck, and I would not like to be boring.
I mean,
too fucking late, buddy.
I was about to say you're going to tell him.
You've missed that.
Hello, I'm Ben, and welcome to Quarter Life Quandary Podcast. We're chatting about life, relationships, events, experiences, anything between, joined with Mantis and Shitbag in this, our Quarter Life Quandary.
Sup?
I would like to put a proposition forward that Ben's nickname is Jackass.
Smooth.
Why?
You can't ask questions why, Ben. It's been approved.
By who?
You need to have a vote.
All those who agree?
No.
Aye.
All those who oppose? Aye.
No.
You're outvoted. I mean, that was dog shit, but...
No.
Outvoted.
So, I was chatting to Aaron before this all started, and guess what, Katie?
What? What, Ben?
Aaron's got some news. Would you like to share with the group, Aaron?
What news? What noise?
Oh my god.
What
news are we
talking about?
What have you brought today?
What have I brought today?
To this podcast.
To this podcast? Oh! I'm actually prepared for once. I've actually brought a topic to the table.
Is this because I reminded you twice in the space of 10 minutes yesterday?
Yes.
It's like, do you want to do something tomorrow? I was like, well, we can't do something tomorrow because we're busy. And he was like, oh yeah, thanks for reminding me. 10 minutes later, oh, we could do something Tuesday or Wednesday. No, we can't. We're busy.
We could probably start doing this in person now because it's just recording system is ridiculous.
Yeah. Like we could legally do it in a garden, right?
Yeah.
Wait, are we allowed inside yet? I've lost track.
Yeah.
Neat.
You can have 60,000 people at a football stadium. I'm sure you can just do whatever you like now.
I mean, Download Festival went ahead. I'm pretty sure it's a free-for-all.
But it was only 10,000, I think.
Is that it? Jesus.
I mean, it's not even enough for a small stage, is it really?
No, I mean, I've seen some videos. It looked crowded, but I guess everyone was just at the same place because there were so few headliners and stuff. I've also seen all the positive COVID results that have come back from Download.
Yeah, that's probably been the best part of that.
You say best?
Well, just seeing... I felt quite jealous not being able to go, and then seeing all those TikToks and Facebook notifications going, so just tested positive for Corona. I'm just like...
It kind of feels worth it. Like,
yeah.
Do people we know
yes.
that went? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, they don't have a positive test to my knowledge, but we're definitely keeping a wide berth for the next couple of weeks.
Well, that's good to know. So, Aaron, infill us with your topic.
Infill us?
Infill us. Infill us. On the floor.
Infill us?
In the floor.
It's unflawless. Flawless?
Are we just all having a simultaneous stroke?
Well, no, I'm not masturbating. Thank you.
Good to know.
Good.
Professional. I've got my pants
Glad
on.
I'm not the only one for a change.
Wait, you podcast with pants on?
What, you don't?
No.
I'm not.
It's professional attire. That is the dress code.
The sound
Business
quality's
up
better when I
top,
had-
party downstairs. Come on, Ben.
I feel like the sound quality is better pantsless.
Yeah.
I mean, anything's better than what you're currently doing.
Get fucked. Stay fucked. Aren't you using your phone,
Me?
Aaron? Oh, Aaron.
Yeah, I am using my phone.
Don't talk shit to me.
I mean, we're not exactly professional leading podcasters, are we? So
No, Prime Day tempted me into some microphones, but I felt they'd probably still be shit.
Hold on. We've got to plug ourselves. Unless there are some really nice sponsors out there who are willing to give us some professional recording equipment. Hint, 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 hint.
Or George wants to start a Patreon for us.
Oh, yeah. No, hold on. That should be our weekly thing. Hey, George.
What up? Why
So-
George?
I don't know. You can pick a new name. Maybe we have a new person following us.
Sebastian.
Sebastian.
Steve.
Hi, Sebastian.
Hi. Yeah, call him Seb.
Seb. I knew you were going to say Seb.
I call him Seb.
Why are there no women listening to this podcast?
You gotta ask that.
Well,
I mean, 33%
technically-
of our team is female.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we do have actual females listening to this podcast, or others. All the other.
Oh, yes. It is
Genders.
Pride Month.
You can't say
Fuck you. You say congratulations. Fucking hell.
What? Oh, what else is an acceptable?
It's not a birthday.
I've pulled the statistics up. 27% of our listeners are female.
Okay.
And, according to this chart, again, I don't know how accurate it is. 0% of them are non-binary.
Aww.
I'm sorry. Apparently,
We need to
LGBTQ I whatever the rest of them are.
Where are my NB pals?
I'm gonna chuck a geeky joke in there just for the laugh of it. Yeah, we need to get some ones and zeros in those percentages.
God, terrible.
Fucking crickets up in here.
What? Come on. I thought that was a pretty good final joke.
It's almost like you like getting booed off stage.
The silence was funnier than the joke.
Fuck you guys.
We need some NB friends in here.
I mean, we know NB people.
We
could
do.
potentially guest.
Get Liam on.
Yeah, that would work.
He just chats shit.
Before we start listing out every person that we know, Aaron, shoot.
Okay, so my topic for this week is as follows. What have you had any, or do you actually believe in paranormal events?
Would you like to start us off with one of your own?
Yes, so I've had a paranormal event. It was many, many years ago. It was when I was a child. And I was not the only witness to said event either. When I was a child, I had a sleepover at my house, and when I was younger, I had a bunk bed. And I'm talking when I was probably about 6 or 7, so very young, but still can remember this quite vividly. At where my bed was placed in my room at my parents' place, the end of the bed looked straight out of my bedroom door. And had one of my friends staying over, and we both probably went to sleep, and it seemed very strange because I only spoke to him about it in the morning. But at night, we both saw in my doorway puppets leaning around the corner. Um, Kind of like sock puppets or maybe like Punch and Judy puppets. They weren't really very well um, visible. Probably the best way of sort of putting it. We couldn't really distinguish or to sort of say exactly what they were, but you could very clearly sort of see them. So I sort of woke up in the morning a little bit freaked out, and sort of my friend said to like just talking shit with my mate, and I was like, yeah, I had a bit of a weird dream last night, and he was like, what's that? And I was like, well, I saw some weird puppets at my doorway, and he sort of looked at me, and his face dropped as well, and he's like, you saw them as well? That's really freaking weird because I saw them. And yeah, that's my sort of paranormal event that I've had. Um, Probably had a few bits of like deja vu as well. So I sort of count that as a paranormal activity as well. But um, have you guys ever come across anything weird that you can't logically explain that would be like, yeah, there's definitely an easy explanation for this, a logical explanation?
So, like, I have two, but they're not technically mine. I guess the first one, because my parents aren't really the type, like they. My mum more so, but my dad just isn't the type to believe in any of that shit. But before I was born, my nan was living here because she just moved down from London. She was waiting to get a house eventually, like down the road from us. So she was staying in what is now my parents' room, and my parents are staying in what was my sister's old bedroom. And my dad was in the bath, and my nan was in her room. And my dad tells this story. Well, he didn't tell us this story because I think he just pretends it never happened. But my mum has told us this story. My granddad had passed away, and my dad said that he saw my granddad just like sitting on the closed toilet lid. And he's like, Edna, my nan, Edna's choking. And he was obviously startled, to say the least, and jumped out of the bath and went into the bedroom, and she was lying on her back choking in bed. And that I'm guessing it's not something my dad would make up. The fact that he told my mum means it shook him up pretty bad. So there's that. And my nan passed away. My other nan, sorry, passed away a few years ago. But I was just sitting. It was like a Sunday morning. I was sitting in my room, in my mum's room, with her, just talking like we normally do on a Sunday morning. And she just like sat bolt upright and went, "Your nan's gone." I was like, "What? What are you talking about?" She was in hospital at the time. She had like various cancers and pneumonia and all of that business. And she was like, "Your nan's gone." And then we called the hospital for an update, and my nan had just passed away 10 minutes before that. And I was like, "What the fuck, mum?" And she was like, "I saw her." And she said goodbye. So I can't really explain that.
Mm.
And I don't really think my mum cares enough about it to lie.
Mm.
So that's a bit weird.
My dad told me a story about when I was younger, potentially 4 or 5. I don't remember it, but apparently I come down and used to say that I was seeing my granddad, who had died before I was born. Apparently, I was seeing him at night in my bedroom, and he would talk to me and take me places like on a spiritual sort of journey of some description.
Like astral projection kind of thing.
Kind of, yeah. But I'd never met him. I had no idea. We didn't have like photos up of like grandparents. It was more like immediate family, like constantly changing photos on the walls. So it was never like, and to my knowledge, it was never told to me who my grandparents were, like with pictures. So apparently my dad was talking to my aunt about it, and she said we'll get a picture book out. And apparently we was going through like a photo album, and I randomly just point to a picture of him and say, "That's the man who comes and sees me at night and teaches me things," which is a bit weird, but I don't know. My parents believe in all that. Apparently, my mum saw her guardian angel, which was a severed floating head over her stairs.
That sounds legit.
Yeah, she screamed and ran down the garden with the dog. So, yeah, a lot of spooky shit happens.
The only thing that's ever really spooked me, I don't really know if I'd class it as paranormal or whatever, but it definitely spooked me. I was working at the hospital. I was a student nurse, and there was a patient, a long-time patient. He'd been there for a really long time, and his family were all at home. It was like 2:00 in the morning, and he passed away during the night. And we got a phone call from one of the staff nurses, who's just like, "I've got a really funny feeling about Mr. So-and-so. Can I get an update on him?" We're like, "It's like 3 a.m. He passed away." And she's like, I knew something had happened. I had to ring. And we were like, okay, that's kind of weird, whatever. And the way the hospital was set up, it was 4 beds. And at the end of like this little wall-less room, it was like a little cubby hole, there were 2 like cupboards that you pull down. It's on a magnetic latch, and you pull down the handle like a I can't even like describe it. It's like a cupboard up on the ceiling, and you pull it down from the top to the bottom, like on a. Anyway, it's a magnetic latched door, and that's where we kept the big medical folders. Like, we kept the brief notes at the end of the bed, but we kept the big like full file in those cupboards, and we needed it to send down to the morgue when they came up at like 8 a.m. And we were looking everywhere. They never get moved. They stay there permanently unless something drastic changes. So we were looking for his file. We checked every single cupboard in that damn ward, and we couldn't find it. It got to like 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, and we'd just given up hope. We were about to call and be like, we can't find his file. And we get a call from his family just saying something's happened. We know something's happened. So they had got a weird feeling as well. So they ring up, and as they put the phone down, this like, you need to pull these magnetic cupboards quite hard to get them to unlatch. This magnetic latch just came open, swung down, and his file fell out. And so that was kind of creepy. I don't know if that counts, but that's the one notable memory.
That does.
It's like his family knew, and now he was ready to go down to the freezer.
So yeah, don't move me until they know.
Yeah, it was a bit spooky.
I'll also count in other ways as well. Probably not paranormal events, but I am also a firm believer in you get a kind of sixth sense when you know something is coming.
Like gut feelings.
Yeah. You know, personally, I am a firm believer in gut feelings.
I think that's instinct over anything, maybe.
Yeah. And I've got a good gut.
Yeah. Have you got a good gut, Aaron?
Is it your cult?
It's a little bit dodgy at the moment. It's the
I
good bacteria I've got going on in there.
I thought you said the occult, and I was like, what?
I was also making. Yes.
Was that?
But I was about to say the occult, and I was hoping you were going to pick up the reference.
Is it a fucking Mighty Boosh reference?
It is a Mighty Boosh reference.
Oh, I don't know why I'm so happy. That is not a cool thing to pick up on.
All I know is...
You know you're a fangirl.
It's fucking Naboo, wasn't it? It's Yakult.
Yeah.
It is an outrage.
I was about to do a Tony Harrison impression, then realised I'm terrible at impressions. I'm not even going to attempt to do it.
It's an outrage.
Do your best Tony Harrison, Ben.
Oh, not a chance. I've learned my lesson with accents. They never work, and a lot of the time they come out culturally inappropriate as well.
I'm steaming. I poured champagne on my Golden Grahams.
I mean, I do a pretty good old Greg as well, so...
I'm all Greg.
You want to take a look at my downstairs mix-up?
You ever been to a club where people wee on each other?
You want to see a picture I drew of Bailey's? This is another picture of Bailey's. This is even closer. This is as close as you're going to get without getting wet.
Without getting your eyes wet.
I barely remember any of it. All I remember is that
Fuzzy little
cult
man
thing,
peach.
the moon face, and is it Crack Fox?
Yeah.
Crack Fox is the best.
Julian Barrett was very underrated on that show. Everyone was hyping Noel Fielding, but Julian Barrett was the star.
Yeah.
Hands down.
I was talking to a mutual friend about this the other day, and they've done a couple of sort of really, really low budget films that are actually really, really good. Except for the Julian Barrett one, which came out, I think, a couple of years ago. That was quite ropey, but still worth a watch.
I'm not going to do any of that. That kind of, like, it's not a topic, but it's something I've been thinking about recently. Like, what is the one show that you haven't watched because you've been told to watch it by everyone? Because I know if someone hypes up a show to me, or if the whole world is going crazy about a show, for some reason my brain's just like, no, it's probably shit.
Yeah, there's so many.
There was quite a
Like,
few. So
I've never
Breaking
watched Game
Bad.
of Thrones.
Breaking Bad, I never jumped on that bandwagon. I've slowly made my way through. I can understand why people like it. I just don't get it myself.
It took me fucking ages to watch Breaking Bad, and then I had to persevere because it only gets really good around like season 4, I think. But like, I didn't watch it for years.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones, never watched it, never gonna watch it because apparently it sucked at the end. So like, I'm glad I didn't waste my
The
time.
ending was terrible.
Yeah.
I jumped on probably about series 3.
Series 7 for me.
I was hooked, but yeah, the ending did sort of shit
out.
over all the rest of it.
Absolute cop out.
Like, the only shows I've got in on before they got really like massively over like fan basey and hyped was like maybe Supernatural and The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Just because I watched them from like day one and kind of got hooked on the pilot and then couldn't stop watching them. But I don't know. The second everyone starts talking about something, like, what was that fucking show that was on recently? It was like a 3 or 4 part thing. With like, was it about police officers or something? I don't know.
Line of Duty.
Line of
I've not watched
Duty,
any of
yeah. Like, everyone at work wouldn't shut the fuck up about it. I was like, well, that's ruined for me now. Like, not because there were spoilers, just because I didn't want to watch it.
Yep, fully agree.
I watch Gogglebox, and that has a very unique way of ruining a show for you because it shows you all these little hints to try and hook you in, and I'm like, similar to like a movie trailer. I'm watching a movie trailer thinking these are all the best parts of this film. I've seen it. Why do I need to watch the film now?
This is why I hate TV shows that have coming up on this show. It's Neighbours, because I watch Neighbours because I'm like a 50-year-old woman. But it's like coming up on Neighbours. It's like, I don't want to fucking see that. Like, leave some surprise.
It's the hook, but the problem is they show the best bit in the hook and not the rest.
Yeah, don't give me shit for watching Neighbours. I've been watching it since I was about 7 and now I can't stop because like I'm up to date with every episode since I was like 7.
I'm putting it in the back burner and you will get shit for it eventually.
Look, I've been following a story for a very long time.
It's time to put Neighbours away.
I think there's one character left in it from when I used to watch it.
Exactly. It's not what you love. It's time for it to go.
It's a habit more than anything.
I mean, I'm sure there's other things you could be filling your time with.
I sit there and eat my Weetabix in the morning and watch my Neighbours.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah, well, I'm an old lady. I literally bought fucking like cross-stitch thread today. I'm old and uninteresting.
I've been doing Sudokus this month.
I won't have a bad word said about Sudoku. I fucking love Sudoku.
I'm getting quicker at it. It's been a while. But that makes me feel like an old man.
I've got Sudoku apps. I've got crossword apps, word search apps. I'm very old.
So I've got a topic for you. It's more of a task, actually.
Okay.
Right.
If you was a Pokemon, what would you sound like? It's your own name, but you got to say it in a weird way, basically.
Oh, I hate it. I hate it already. Have I dropped out again?
No,
No.
I'm just waiting for you to do yours. I feel mine would be quite high pitched. I'm gonna go with that. Who wants to go next?
I didn't hear. What was your one? Oh God, what was Aaron's?
He hasn't done one.
I haven't done mine yet. I haven't done mine.
Shbag.
Aaron.
I feel like you're going to be like a Hitman Lee, Hitman Chan.
Just cranky more than anything.
I only know season ones.
Oh God, what would I be? What the fuck is that?
Katie.
I'm not sorry.
Katie.
I'm just going to Katie.
God damn cute little Pikachu looking bastard.
Where did this come from? Where did this brainchild come from?
I get very bored when I'm on my own for long periods of time.
Oh, what is alone time? What is that?
Well, I work on my own a lot, so there's just random shit pops in my brain.
Oh, I try and leave no room for any kind of independent thought to creep in.
I'm not surprised.
That's the danger zone.
You just got to learn to channel it.
Oh.
So I was at work today, and I suppose it's not that weird because I'm in central London. But I was sitting outside the job, waiting for a delivery, and this bus pulls up, and all of these fashionable Instagram girls get out, and they've got the non what do they call it? You know, the camera pole that even when you're walking, it keeps it in like auto focus. Doesn't like jog it.
Gimbals.
Yeah, so she's walking around one of them, and they're doing like a mini photo shoot. I'm like, yeah, well, you know, cool. They're having a nice day out, whatever. And then they walk around the block and walk past me, and they get on the bus. And then I was thinking, oh, well, yeah, maybe they're going somewhere else. So I'm sorting out a delivery, and then I sort that out, and I come back outside, have a vape. And then I look down, the bus still there, and I was thinking, that's weird. And then they walk past me again, doing exactly the same thing. And I'm like, something's not right. Something's not right in this picture. And then they go off back into the bus and do it again. And I'm like, was that deja vu? And then I go off, do some work, and I come back out a bit later, and the bus is still there. And again, they walk past me, but this time I clock it. They've all changed clothes. So every time they're getting on the bus, they're changing clothes and then doing the exact same walk again, recording themselves like on Instagram Live or whatever. And I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Why are they doing like... I get it if it was like a film.
Do you have an answer?
No, I'm asking you guys, what the fuck is this about? Like, why would you, as like an influencer or whatever, like stay in one place and just constantly change clothes to make it look like... I get it in a film where you come to one place and you film all the shots in one go. But that's a film. This isn't an Instagram post.
Maybe they're doing transitions for TikTok.
It was mad. But they had like a mini film crew and photo shoot against like this Victorian building and shit, and I was just like, this is so weird.
Like, my phone has probably heard you, and it's going to come up on my TikTok algorithm.
So, big titty goth girls. They go, that'll help.
Is
Thanks,
that
Ben.
what they were?
No, they weren't. I would have liked it if they were big titty goth girls. They weren't. They were white trash whores.
And oh my god, my muscle memory just went, Aaron. I'm so sorry. I stopped myself, but shit, my brain literally just went, Aaron.
It's like,
That's not
but
nice.
Katie, I'm standing over here.
A fucking Simpsons reference, you piece of shit.
Yes, it is.
Oh no. No,
But
I don't.
no, I'm standing over here. Oh,
I don't have an answer for you. That sounds hella weird. The only thing I can think is maybe, like I said, transitions on TikTok.
It felt like a glitch in a matrix.
it's going to be hilarious when you see Ben in maybe 2 or 3 of those shots, or he's just
100%.
edited completely out.
100%. I was in the back of at least 2 of them shots, sitting in the exact same place, looking like a scruffy bastard in work gear.
You're a living, breathing continuity error.
And do you know what the other weird thing is? Again, this is like this is my go-to vape place. So I come out a bit later, vaping away, and then all of a sudden I look up and there's a guy like from the other side of the street, like taking photos with me with like a DLSR, whatever the camera is. And he kind of like shakes his camera at me, and I just kind of shrug, and he carries on taking photos of me. And I was like, this feels like that Humans of New York thing. But he didn't come and talk to me. He just wandered off, and I was like, I want to know what the subject was. Was I the homeless man in a corner?
So,
like, what the fuck?
Oh no!
Was I the blue collar worker? Is it just man vapes?
I feel like where we live, we stick out like a sore thumb in London. Maybe you're a spectacle.
I was in work clothes. It's not like I was in my normal attire.
just want to point out 2 potential titles for this week's podcast: The Vape Place, or shit, what was it you just literally said? I was like, I gotta say it. Homeless Vape Man.
Cool.
Okay. That's great content for a podcast, Aaron. Thank you.
Damn it.
You're getting better every day, Poppet. You're getting better every day.
Look, I'm goddamn trying. Thank you, Ben.
He was insulting you too, just because he fucking dipped in the last insult. Jesus. Just because he didn't see it through to the end, he gets brownie points. Traitor.
Do you know what is sad though?
Tell me, because I was about to say my life.
I was about to say your life as well.
Do you remember what we said about this particular episode? It's just dawned on me.
Yeah, we were supposed to smoke.
Yeah, Amara was meant to get really high.
Were we supposed to get high?
Want to get high?
And now we've got to wait until the 420th episode. God damn it.
It's the tune to funky town.
Do you know what? We can do it on the on Freedom Day.
I don't know what day that is.
The day we're allowed out of lockdown.
The second of never.
Yeah, or alternatively the 19th of July.
In just another 4 weeks.
And just another 4 weeks. The Groundhog Day of 4 weeks.
Yes. That's exactly how it's feeling.
Just living my life 4 weeks at a time at the minute.
Do you know, it's getting to the point where I just don't care anymore.
No, nor do I. Like, what's going to change, really? I don't have to wear a mask at work. Cool.
It's just the whole hypocrisy of it all. Like, football games are happening, they're all going on, but, you know, you can have 60,000 people potentially in a stadium at the end, but you can't have you can't sing and dance at a wedding.
And the thing is, that what annoys me is theatre brings in so much more value to the economy than football. Like, in terms of money, all of that stuff, like, and yet theatre can't go ahead.
Yeah.
But football can. Why? Why could Royal Ascot go ahead?
Well, that was one of these testing pilots, wasn't it? Which was just an absolute joke. Yeah, it was.
Pilot?
It's another pilot, which just seems odd how the rich man's game gets to be a pilot.
Yeah, but so do all the scumbag metalheads in a field like us. So
Yeah,
we got a small victory.
yeah, but not again. I don't get it.
Oh no, it
It
makes
was
zero
it,
sense to me.
it was just get to what was it, October, and then it was just get to Christmas, and then get to New Year's, and just get through January, and everyone get vaccinated, and it will be fine. And
Do you
now
remember when
get
it was
to
just going to
June,
be?
get to July.
Do you remember when it was just going to be 2 weeks?
Mm.
That was 2 years ago, nearly. I say nearly. It was nowhere near 2 years ago, but it was a year and a half
It
ago
was a
for
year
sure.
ago. It's mental though, because
Technically, a year and 3 months. Did we get locked down in May? Yeah.
I'm like, it's not that I don't believe in the science, because I do, but at the moment it's a fucking very bad flu. Let's be
Yeah, like,
honest, it could be so much worse.
there's a chance that, like, my nan is very old. She is very, very old. She's probably not going to be around when this is over, and I've not seen her in a very long time. She's in a care home, and I'm not on the approved list because there are other people that are higher up on the wanting to see nan list than me. Like, her daughters, although one of those passed due to COVID, but like, I'm not going to see her, and it's not because, like, I don't know. I feel like the risk of me killing her is less than the risk of me never getting to see her again because of lockdown. Jesus. That was just you, and now you sound like garbage.
Yep. But on that thing, it's kind of I know it's easy to say with hindsight, but if we had better leadership who were more critical at looking at the science and actually following through and taking a hard stance, we wouldn't be here
For sure.
at this kind of line.
If the hard decisions had been made earlier, we'd be doing a lot better, I think.
I mean, even if you forgo the first wave, this whole fucking Delta variant bollocks, he knew it was happening and he didn't shut down the border.
Do you know what I
That
mean?
is,
Like,
this is negligence. And
Australia were living fucking virus free when we had like 4 flights landing per day from India.
the thing is, you go, oh, we're going to put it on a red list in 2 weeks.
What's
Oh,
the
so
fucking point? Like,
you might as well not bother. You might as well just say, right, everyone there, you just get in. If you come here, you're going in a hotel for 8 weeks, and you're going to pay for it, or don't come, and that's it.
And now they're talking about reopening the borders like really soon if you have a vaccine.
But the vaccine doesn't work.
It
Because I know
reduces
people who have got COVID who are in hospital and have both vaccines.
God forbid anyone listens to this podcast. Please get vaccinated. Jesus. Don't get vaccinated.
I'm vaccinated, but the thing is, it's just what's going on.
I mean,
I'm starting to get critical with everything we're being told because it just feels like we're being hoodwinked.
You're starting to get critical about everything we've been told?
More so. I'm starting to not want to play the game anymore because it's just boring.
Yeah.
And it feels like an attack on civil liberties as well.
What vaccine have you guys all had?
Pfizer.
The AstraZeneca.
We're all going to have different vaccines. I'm getting Moderna tomorrow.
Feels like the Harry Potter sorting houses.
Yeah. Which deformities do you think we'll get?
Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's a nicer way of putting it, but yeah.
Don't, my friend, and this again, if anyone, God forbid, is listening, please get vaccinated. But a very, very old friend of mine passed away in May, and there is an inquest into his death because he passed away from complications of the AstraZeneca. So that's interesting.
Just going to throw it out there. This is not medical advice. Do not listen to us. We are idiots.
Oh yeah, we are absolutely idiots.
Disclaimers.
So
no, that's again, it's correlation, causation. it's again, it's I don't know. I'm just getting fucking sick of it.
I
Fuck
mean,
the science.
I'm super pro-vaccine, like absolutely pro-vaccine, but I am also scared about getting my vaccine tomorrow.
The only thing you should be scared about is the fact that you do get flu-like symptoms after getting it.
Or that depends on which injection you get.
Well, I didn't have it, but I've also had COVID already, so potentially I've still got antibodies, which means my
Yeah,
body was easier to fight it off. But Liz had the is it Mondera, Moderna?
yeah, the Moderna that I'm getting tomorrow.
Moderna. Yeah, she's had it and she hasn't felt great. She's had
Yeah,
like fevers.
yeah, I'm getting Moderna tomorrow, and I'm quite frankly terrified.
Make sure you don't do what I did and get it in because they asked what hand I write with, and I was right-handed, so they put it in my left arm,
Yeah,
but I forgot to realise that I sleep on my left arm.
yeah,
So I woke up the next day after laying on my arm all night, and it felt like I'd been punched up.
yeah. It's because it's an intramuscular vaccine. That's probably why.
Yeah, but then sleeping on it all night is probably not the best idea.
Yeah,
So make sure you get it on the side that you're not going to sleep on,
yeah. I think yeah.
and then definitely milk it at work. Like, oh, I feel so ill. I need time off. I need 3 days off.
I mean, I don't know if I could play that card. I literally just had time off for a very, very horrific stomach bug. But
But you're doing your part for the company. You're getting vaccinated.
I am, and the apprentice that works with us had his on Friday, and he wasn't in yesterday because he was ill. So I could get away with it being like, oh, that Moderna, that's a hell of a vaccine.
Yep, it's definitely worth doing. I mean, you could have pulled the same trick, Aaron, but he already knows you've had it, doesn't he?
Uh, I had a day off afterwards because I had it on the Monday evening, probably about 6 o'clock. I took some paracetamol beforehand. That's one thing I do recommend to everybody to do, just to stave off the effects for a little bit. But the
Hmm.
next day I felt terrible. I had just achy joints, real bad sort of headache. Just came home, just slept most of the day. But the day afterwards, I felt absolutely fine. Literal no side effects the day afterwards. It was very, very strange.
Yeah. I feel pretty bougie getting the Moderna because it's the most expensive one.
Does
I
cost
would,
matter?
No, but I still feel bougie. Like
I,
Moderna's what, like 25 quid, Pfizer's like 15 quid, and AstraZeneca's 3 quid.
Is that with the discounts though?
Yeah,
So what is it without discounts?
I have no idea.
wait, you guys have had to pay?
No, I meant per
No.
bag. Someone has to pay, Aaron.
Yeah, I was just wondering why you said, oh, with the discounts. I was like,
Yeah, because the AstraZeneca was created here and was pre-purchased before it was designed and made.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
you get a cost saving, and I think it was also partially funded, wasn't it, from tax money? I
Who,
don't know.
who knows? But like, I'm feeling pretty bougie with my vaccine.
All I know is I've got the tracker in my arm. I've got metal spoons on me. I'm I'm Magneto now. So what's the other ones? Bill Gates knows where I am at all times.
Why wouldn't he want to know what you're doing?
I mean, maybe I might say Microsoft sucks, and then he'll send his Microsoft team round to beat me up.
Don't.
Microsoft sucks.
Jail. Straight to jail.
He's all right. He's a single Pringle now, isn't he? He's out there throwing it about, making more little gates.
Making more little
Gates.
gates. I can just
That's
imagine him in
great.
a little wood shop.
I'm trying to think if I've got another one that isn't going to be absolutely horrifically long.
I'm really surprised that you know how with everything in the world, there is always a knockoff equivalent. In fact, I'm going to look it up first before I go opening my mouth, but I'm surprised there wasn't an operating system called DAWs.
Fucking hell.
I mean, of all the things to knock off, an operating system's quite a difficult one to knock out. Surely, surely it'd just be easier just to make a fake copy of Windows.
Yeah, but you got to zazz it up a little bit, don't you?
Well, I was watching a video about that GPUs they're getting off of Wish, and they're like Nevada or Nvidia, whatever the fuck it's called. They were like
NVIDIA.
copies, and when you plugged it into like a test bench, they were coming up with all of the right spec, but like in big bold letters it said fake. I don't know. It was like when you used to go abroad when you were younger and you used to get all the Adidas ones, but it had like an extra leaf on it, or it was like one A missing or a D missing or something.
Like when you used to go to
Get some Nicky trainers.
Bovingdon Market, yeah, get your Nick trainers. Adidas.
The swoosh is the wrong way around. Some Puma. Or Pumba.
Lion
Get some
or gazelle. Yeah, get some Pumbas.
I miss the old Bovingdon Market.
That's good, buddy.
No, it's not as good anymore.
They
Talk
ruined
about when you used to be able to go down there, get your DVDs, get your BB guns, your knives.
Oh, the BB guns.
Old Bovy before the police got involved.
Before the illegal activity was curbed.
When it was actually a black market.
Oh god, I just used this thing that you showed me. Sorry, I got very distracted by drawing a landscape.
What was it called? A Gaugan?
What?
Basically, the graphics card that I can't pronounce has brought out a program that I can't pronounce. And it's you just basically have paint and you draw a background, and then special magic effects it creates it into a real image.
Spoiler alert, I got it wrong.
Everyone I've done has looked absolute shit.
I thought I just had to draw the lines, but you actually have to draw the thing.
Oh, I did the same thing. I tried to draw a house and it just looked like a house, but all the lines are made of houses.
Mine looked like a penguin. I didn't realise you actually had to make the shape. I thought you could just do a blob and it'd be like, yes, this is where a house goes.
That's what I thought, but no.
Oh no.
You're thinking of like stamps.
Yeah.
You got to do like a proper shape, which I think is bullshit.
Yeah.
When someone was telling me, I was like, oh, this is going to look amazing. But no, it looks absolute shit.
I'm trying to make the sea, and it doesn't look very much like the sea.
I think if you keep it simple, it looks better.
Yeah, I'm just going to do a mountain in the sea.
Mountain in the sea.
It's
good to know that we've got our podcast priorities right.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm not distracted, you're distracted.
Oh dear.
So, Ben, your topic starter was what would you sound like if you were a Pokemon?
Oh, Ben's phoning it in this episode. He has earned it.
We somehow managed to evolve onto that.
Did you just try and make a Pokemon joke?
Yes.
I mean, inadvertently, yes. But, yeah. Let me roll with it. Yeah, I did.
I also mentioned about the fucking influencers, but I've got another one. So, do you think you're turning into your parents?
Without a doubt, yes.
I mean, I definitely sound more and more like my old man all the time, but I have anger issues like my mum did.
I have anger issues like my dad has. That's for sure.
I've also definitely realised that a lot of my dad's anger issues when I was young was definitely me.
Oh
Definitely
God,
my
yeah.
causing, because my kids do the same. And I'm like, I'm sorry, Dad, what I caused to you.
Yeah, my anger issues, I feel like stemmed from my dad. I don't feel like, because we actually talked about this the other day, because he was like parenting my nephew by shouting at him, and I was like, this is why I have anger issues. And he's like, oh, I suppose that's my fault then. Like, a little. Like, not entirely, but like a little.
It's not easy, like being a parent.
I can't imagine it is. That's why I don't plan on doing it in literally ever.
It's I was again watching more videos. It seems like all I do is watch videos, and it's probably true. But yeah, I was watching a video about it, and it was like, that narcissist that you know, that was the parents' fault. Are you turning your son into a narcissist? And I was like, oh my god. It's like the whole like if you're the golden child and you can't do any wrong, then later on you're going to assume that you still can't do any wrong, and then that's when you become a narcissist because you
Yeah.
don't realise the
Good
negative
night.
effect you have on people. Night, Mum.
Good night,
Apologies.
Mrs.
Love
Oh,
you. Oh, for
Dad.
fuck's sake.
I thought I had muted.
Damn it.
What a faux pas. It's Mr. Mantis to you.
Sorry.
I just drew a mountain that looks like a penis. For fuck's sake.
She's got it on the brain.
Now I'm going to intentionally draw a dick mountain.
I mean, if you do it a piece at a time, it kind of looks better.
Yeah. The sea and the sky looks great.
Is that it?
Yeah. I can make it foggy. That's about it. Can I just make the whole floor mud? Yeah,
I mean,
buddy.
you could do.
Oh, it looks so bad. Why did you send me this? Was this for podcast reasons or?
We were doing it while we were waiting for you.
Oh.
So this was our gap filler, and yeah, it's now become a part of what we're actually doing.
You're a gap filler.
I mean, I think mine looks all right. I'll just put it on the group, put it on the socials.
What is ground other?
Ground that's not ground.
It just looks like the nether in Minecraft.
All right, you big nerd.
Shut up.
Aaron, are you turning into your parents?
I would like to say no. In fact, I'm going to say no. Full stop. I don't
Really?
even want
Sounds like
contemplate thinking about turning into my parents.
really.
What's wrong
Yeah,
with them?
I would be happy being everything they're not.
Okay.
They seem right. Like,
Yeah, of course they do, but they're boring as fuck, and I would not like to be boring.
I mean,
too fucking late, buddy.
I was about to say you're going to tell him.
You've missed that boat.
I mean, it's a weird consequence, isn't it? Where you've got your parents, and then you start trying to think, well, I don't want to do what my parents did. And then I sometimes wonder, like, the whole kind of like soft parenting, like punishment wise, like, oh, we don't hit our children because we want to talk to them, versus we spank our kids because that's what they need. And then I kind of think, like, oh, well, my parents didn't really punish me, like, in a physical way, but their parents probably did. So, and then Like, do you do the opposite of what your parents did, or do you emulate it?
I would do
And
the
then,
opposite of what my parents did because I'm fucking messed up, I guess.
but then I think everyone's messed up because I've been like listening to these like parenting coach things, and this was where the narcissist thing came up that I just mentioned about. He's like, oh well, if you treat your child like the sun shines out their arse, they're going to turn into an arsehole. I'm like, well, yeah, but how do you like then instill confidence in your child? And it's just kind of like, so it's a fucking minefield.
Yeah.
And I totally get the whole if you don't feel like you're a well-adjusted person, then you're not ready for kids. And yeah, you're perfectly acceptable not to have children if you're not ready. But it's like there isn't a manual. Like no one has the solid answer for how to raise kids without completely fucking them up.
No, you're right. It's just, I don't think there is an answer. Like, kids are just going to be kids. I don't think you get a say.
Like I was
Like,
talking to
obviously,
someone.
you can change little bits, but I don't think you can change their formative years that much by your actions.
No, I think you just do the best you can.
Yeah.
I was talking to someone at work, and apparently his son is doing quite well for himself, like in the city, um, earning a lot of money. But he's like treating the house like a hotel, like not paying any rent. He's not buying any food shopping. He's not doing anything. But he's like going out and buying Rolexes and stuff as like investments. I was like, no,
Oh,
your son's taking the piss out of you.
yeah.
He's like, you like telling his old dear like, oh, you need to buy me super lean chicken and stuff. And I was like, no, he's ripping the piss out. You need to sort that out.
Yeah, that's unacceptable. I could never, I would be embarrassed.
Are you playing with a spring?
No. I'm putting flowers on my picture.
With what? A stapler?
I have a very loud laptop. What of it?
Oh my god! It literally sounds like the door stops in a bathroom. Like a spring. That's what it sounds like.
Can you still hear it?
Yes.
Yep.
I'm not doing it, so you're fucking lying.
Well, you must have done about 2 seconds ago because I can
No,
see you're not doing it now. I can see each
I am
line.
doing it now.
Are you?
Yeah,
Okay.
Nah, she's not. She's fucking having us on, Ben.
I
I don't.
fucking am.
I don't believe you. Oh,
There
you
we go. There it was. There it
That
was.
was a loud one. That was a loud one. But when I
Oh.
said, "Can you hear it?" I wasn't touching my laptop.
Well, there is a delay.
We're waiting.
We're not in the same room.
You say there it was. I'm literally not touching my laptop.
You're fucking doing something.
I'm doing nothing.
You're fucking
Showering
about,
Aaron.
Katie. You're fucking about.
Get fucked.
Are
you trying to time it for when you talk now?
No, I'm not doing anything anymore.
I heard that as well, and I was like,
Just breathing, guys.
What,
With a
breathing
click?
as a kind of click?
Have you got an iron lung?
At this point, maybe.
Oh, fucking hell. Right, I'm going to call this because we're just not getting anywhere on this one.
I don't know. We were having a nice chat.
Are we? Is this what the people want to hear?
There are no people.
There's George and there's
Seb.
and there's Steve and are they? Or Ziz?
If you genuinely listened to us and enjoyed literally anything we did, tell us your name. If you're George, please. We want to know.
People have listened.
Yeah, but I want it vocalised. I want to know.
I'm telling you, I've shown you the analytical data. People are listening.
I want an interaction. A real life interaction.
If you are listening to the end, can you please tell us that you can also hear Katie still clicking away on her fucking keyboard?
I am not clicking.
She's rubbing her mandibles together.
My flowers are at the same piece of shit level they were previously.
Is she doing a display at the moment, trying to entice a male in?
For a snack.
Why did I become the dickhead of this episode? What happened here?
Have you not listened to our last episode?
Oh, no, I can't hear anyone. God fucking
She's bailing. She's bailing. Ben, we've got her on the back foot.
She's gone for the only mantis. She's had a midnight caller for the only mantises. I can still hear her clicking. We need your sponsors. We need to improve our equipment and software. We need you to love us.
Give us money, please.
This hobby is costing me a fortune in brain capacity. We can finally get Aaron a computer we can actually do podcast work on.
Yeah, I mean, if we start kicking off, I can start doing the merch.
I mean, you could do the merch before we kick off. You can literally stick it on Big Cartel for free.
True.
You just have to design a t-shirt, Aaron. Anything that sounds like work, Aaron's not for.
Yeah, he's not about it.
No.
Anything that requires him to remember anything.
Katie.
Yes, dear.
You're still clicking.
I am now.
I mean, we could dress it up as a game and trick Aaron into thinking he's playing the hottest new game.
Oh shit!
Podcast Simulator.
Yeah. Yeah, that would work.
Aaron, I've got a cool new game. It's called Design a T-shirt on Photoshop.
So
it's only going to cost 40. It's going to cost £45 a month. You pay me, and then I'll show you how it works.
Should I?
It's limited edition.
Should I do my Jerry Springer Aaron thought of the week?
Okay, I didn't know you had that much thought, but carry on. I didn't know we were getting two ideas.
Whoa, shit in hell. Fucking who let Ben out?
Oh my god, he didn't go, whoa, 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 whoa.
I know.
It's a whole new Aaron.
I promised myself, Katie, this week I would refrain from my favourite syllable. I would be more proactive in the podcast, and I would bring a lot more to the table.
I'm honestly glad to hear it.
And that you're done. I mean,
because
you're saving me a lot of time. You're saving me a lot of time in editing that I can now put onto Katie's recording track.
Get rid of those fucking clicks. I'm sure she's doing them louder, but there we go.
Leave my clicks out of this.
So I've been looking through like inspirational quotes, and I've been trying to find the least cheesiest one, or should we go for the most cheesiest one? I've got a bit of A, bit of B.
I feel like you're a cheese man.
So my ending thought of the week, people, is try to be a rainbow in somebody else's cloud.
I mean, that's almost sickening.
Hard pass on that.
I've got a list of random quotes.
I would love to hear them.
A person's behaviour has more to do with their internal struggle than it ever did with you.
I like that. My favourite one is... What?
If opportunity doesn't knock, build a door.
I swear to God, did you see my yearbook? Is that what you're doing right now?
No, but...
That was my yearbook quote.
Really?
Yeah. I hate it so much.
Yeah, it does kind of sicken me just thinking it.
Mine was something about be a peacock among the chickens or something.
My favourite life mantra is what other people think of you is none of your business.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Also, if you sleep with two people that have the same name, they cancel each other out and lower your body count.
That's bullshit.
Shut.
That's how you get AIDS twice.
Yeah.
One of my ones I remember from a lad at school is early bird gets the worm, but the second mouse gets the cheese.
That is correct. I am never the mouse. Well, I'm lazy. I'm the mouse.
I mean, there's quite a few I've written down. I don't know why at one point I was like, I need to write down all these good quotes because I've never looked at it until just now. Like there are some good quotes out there, like try not to become a man of success, rather become a man of value. What consumes your mind controls your life.
Ugh.
There's actually one I've written in here, which is more of my own, which is if you died tonight, your employee would have a job advert to fill your role by the end of the month, but your friends and family would miss you forever. Don't get
Yeah,
so
I've seen
busy on
that.
making a living that you forget to work on making a life.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's good.
Nothing is impossible. The word itself says, I'm possible.
Well, I thought you were going to go with an Adidas quote there. Is it Adidas?
Probably.
Fuck
I don't
knows.
know. It's some kind of sporting motif.
Anyway.
See you next week, George and Seb and all the other people.
We made up.
And potential mantises that are also listening. Just to let you know,
Stay
Katie is
tuned for
single.
Only Mantis.
Yeah, Katie is single.
Look, let me enjoy my bugs.
We'll be putting the Only Mantis links in the description.
Let me enjoy my things. Jesus.
So where can you hear us, Kay? Tell the lovely people.
Probably a bunch of places. I don't know. Do your research, Jesus. Use some initiative. Use some initiative, listeners.
I mean, if they've got to this point, they probably already know.
All the good socials, probably YouTube, most likely, definitely TikTok at least. Like, do the graft.
Do the graph.
Graft.
I'll do
We
a
did.
graft.
We did this much. You can do the rest. Work it out.
I thought you said do a graph.
Yes, scatter graphs.
Plot the X and Y and tell us where you are.
Give us your coordinates.
Well, we did have a new one. We've got Pandora podcasting.
No, is that still going?
I submitted that about a month and a half ago, and it only got submitted last week.
I didn't realise Pandora was still a thing.
Apparently so. It's one of the hardest ones to get on, so we're going places.
Well, that's
And
good to know.
we also got not mentioned, but we had a reply to your case friends.
Yeah, I love that. I'm sad that they've had to hear me, but I love that.
Ooh,
I'm sad I hear you as well.
maybe we should make it a thing where we try and
Suggest other podcasts?
get recognised by.
I mean, it's probably safe, but if you're still listening by this point, then have a suggestion for a new podcast.
Yeah, what mental deformity do you have if you've managed to listen to the end of this podcast?
I didn't even want to be here for this long. What are you doing here still, Jesus?
All right, go on.
Bring fluffy clouds.
What other podcasts have you listened to this week?
Solve Mysteries by Parcast.
What's that about?
Well, believe it or not, then, it's about unsolved mysteries. It's super cool. It's like 2 parts per case, and the first part is like acting out the premise of like what this person did for life, what led up to it, and then the second part is like the ins and outs of the case. It's really good. Anything by podcast is just phenomenal, to be fair.
Aaron, have you been listening to another podcast?
I have been listening to another podcast.
Cheater.
I have been listening intently to the new Talk is Jericho podcast.
I knew it was gonna be fucking something like that. I knew it.
Oh, I'm sorry I listened to a podcast about something that I'm interested in. I do apologise.
Sorry, I'm interested in praying mantises and get ripped for it. Shut up. Suck it up. Suck it up, buttercup.
Hold on, someone's a little bit hungry.
If you can dish it out, you can take it.
I've been listening to Cautionary Tales with Tim Harford.
Okay, I'm in.
It's like imagine fairy tales, but for grown-ups.
I love that.
True.
Is it? Oh, I was going to say, is it like folklore?
No, and they've got some famous people that narrate it as well. So it's pretty good.
Send me that link.
It will be in the descriptions, okay?
Please do.
Where all good links are, including our website.
Oh yeah,
and on that note,
yeah.
we do have, well, technically we have a URL that relinks to a pod page, but you know.
And what is it?
It's well, if you've listened this much, you must know we are Quarter Life Quandary, so it is www.quarterlifequandary.co.uk. And I realised in that split second that people don't use www anymore. Are you typing it in?
I want to see it redirect, but I can't type anything. Do you remember when we first started doing this and neither of us could spell any of the words?
I still can't.
Oh, how can you hear my keyboard? I'm typing so softly.
Because you've got a rackety ass laptop. We need you to sponsor us so we can buy Katie a keyboard that doesn't sound like a fucking mouse and a wheel.
Razor, if you are listening, by all means, send us some new mics.
Who the fuck is Razor?
As in R-A-Z-R.
Oh.
Dingus.
For some reason I thought it was like some crackhead called Razor. You're like, this is Razor. It was crack.
Yo, our website's kind of good. What?
This is Blade. And Razor.
And Boris.
Razor.
Yeah, Ben, this website's kind of legit. I'm proud of you.
I didn't make it.
Oh.
I'm just...
Oh, yeah.
I'm doing shit.
Wait. Who did this?
Magic.
There's credits at the bottom.
Look, I'm not a IT man. I just try my best.
This is very good. I like this.
Well, I'm glad you take notice of the things that I do on our podcast.
Look, I tried to search it the day you bought it and it wasn't ready yet, okay?
No, because I fucked it up the first time. I literally said it wrong and it was redirecting to nowhere.
This is stunning behaviour. Oh god, I've clicked on something.
I'm a child of the 90s. This shit is still new to me. I remember a time when we used to go outside and see things. Pre-Matrix. Pre-Matrix.
Oh, yeah. Pre-Mad Max.
Oh, my God.
Anyway.
Kids don't know they're born.
That's true. Never heard you sound older in my life, but you're right. You are correct.
And that's why I was talking about sounding like my dad.
Oh, God, yeah, I keep saying the same things. My mother does. Hate it.
Fuck off, I leave you now.
Alright.
Goodbye.
Bye.